This simple Harry Potter change would completely ruin the remake, but HBO will be tempted anyway. HBO may be tempted to make a simple, seemingly harmless change with its Harry Potter TV remake, but this would be a massive mistake. Warner Bros. And HBO have touted the upcoming series as a book-faithful remake of Harry's story, but there can be different interpretations regarding what this means. While many cut plot lines and characters from the Harry Potter movies are sure to be restored, book faithful doesn't necessarily mean HBO won't take any creative liberties. There may be some changes that would seem like no big deal but could have significant consequences. The upcoming Harry Potter TV show is meant to adapt each of J.K. Rowling's 7 Wizarding World books into their own season, thus allowing a lot more time to really dive into the details. This is exciting news since the Warner Bros. Movies were forced to cut a great deal of the story. Still, the Harry Potter movies are still beloved by an entire generation or two, so HBO will have to proceed with care. Even the process of bringing Hogwarts to the screen with modern CGI and special effects could be a problem. However, this would be nothing compared to any attempt to modernize the story of Harry Potter. HBO's Harry Potter remake must be set in the 1990s. A modern and trendy setting would be easy to pull off, but HBO should resist the temptation. The bulk of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is set for 1991 to 1992, meaning that Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows ended in 1998. Overall, this isn't terribly important to the story. Since the magical world doesn't use modern technology, there aren't a plethora of 1990s features and references seen throughout the series. Because of this, HBO might be tempted to adjust the period in which Harry Potter is set. Younger audiences might be more receptive to a modern story, but Harry starting school in the 2020s would be a massive mistake. Modern technology completely changes the nature of the wizarding world. A modern Muggle society in Harry Potter just complicates things. As previously mentioned, Harry and his friends don't use a lot of 90s technology in Harry Potter. They have no need to since magic significantly outweighed anything Muggles would have come up with. There would only be subtle references to the time when characters were among other Muggles. Landline telephones, box TVs, older video game systems, turn-of-the-century cars, and other such sites set the tone, but they aren't the focus. If Harry Potter were set in the 2020s, however, it's hard to imagine this would be the case. Times have changed since the 1990s, and it's now hard to deny that Muggle technology has become superior to magic in many ways. This was already a question back when Harry Potter was first released, but it's only become more pronounced as modern technology has evolved. Muggle-borns like Hermione giving up the convenience of smartphones and the internet in exchange for less efficient forms of research has become a much tougher sell. Of course, HBO could incorporate this into the story, but this would also be a mistake. Harry Potter depends heavily on nostalgia. HBO must embrace nostalgia for the Harry Potter remake. It will be hard enough for the TV show to feel like Harry Potter. Harry's canon story is set in the 1990s, but even if no year had ever been disclosed by Rowling, HBO's Harry Potter remake would benefit from a throwback setting. The Philosopher's Stone movie was made around the turn of the century, which meant it didn't have to try hard to make the world look like the 90s. This has now become an important feature of the series. It just wouldn't feel like Harry Potter if the story was set in any other place and time. What's more, many original fans associate this story with their childhoods in the 1990s, when they first fell in love with the wizarding world. Many original fans associate this story with their childhoods in the 1990s, when they first fell in love with the wizarding world. By placing a young Harry, Ron, and Hermione in a modern setting, HBO may believe it is making a small change to make the story more relatable or trendy. However, the Harry Potter remake will already be an uncomfortable transition for many fans. Even those eager for the new series are sure to struggle with the new sets, actors, and general vibe. It's important that HBO maintain as much of Harry Potter's flavor as possible, so that the nostalgia factor is somewhat maintained. A 1990s setting is an absolute must, and who doesn't like a good throwback anyway?